Old homes and fix and flips are going to be desirable for people to make profits, but buying land and building houses is going to be more lucrative, also extremely needed, and where you position your time, your money, and your future will be depicted on how you invest in 2024. Homeowners have accepted that interest rates are not going down anytime soon. So according to Zillow, there are 5 aspects that people are migrating to right now to be able to predict where the market is actually moving in 2024 and how home buyers are actually taking advantage of today's current market. Because of the need for housing, people have to acclimate. And one of the biggest things, if you're an investor, you need to listen up right now, because I'm going to give you guys some palatable information to be able to invest your capital in, or if you're a home buyer that's wanting to sell their home right now, you may want to halt on that action and actually keep your home and turn it into a single family home investment as a rental property that you inventory for monthly income. The reason why is this. Predictions, according to Zillow, say that next year, home prices are not going to give much forgiveness in spite of high interest rates. With only a decline of less than 0.2% on housing prices nationwide, the entry-level home may get hit a tiny bit, but it's going to be a fraction and a margin in comparison to what they've went up in price. So home buyers, investors, listen, mortgages are going to be expensive. If you're somebody who has a low interest rate mortgage that you acquired in 2018, 19, 20, you may want to sell your home and do a sub-2 sale to get out of that home if you do decide to sell, giving somebody the opportunity to purchase your home subject to the current terms and conditions of your 30-year mortgage in order to be able to offset the expense and be able to get the resale price that you're looking for. Now, there is risk involved in selling your house sub-2. If somebody takes your loan and they default on it, you are still on that mortgage. Now, if you do an assignment of that mortgage and the mortgage company is willing to work with you to assign that mortgage to somebody else, that's less liability and a better option for the end user and for you. Now, I will tell you guys that if you're an investor purchasing properties subject to the current terms and conditions of somebody else's mortgage, if they have great terms and they acquired a mortgage pre-pandemic and before interest rates started going through the roof, you can acquire a property subject to their terms and then in conditions of their loan and be able to take that property under your own inventory at a more reasonable interest rate compared to today's current mortgage rates. Now, right now, one prediction that Zillow has is that people are going to be moving into not just urban areas, but suburban areas. During the pandemic, one thing that we saw happen really aggressively is that people moved out of places like New York City. They moved from suburban area, they moved out from urban areas into suburban areas because it was, one, less expensive to live, and then people had backyards. One of the things for new home buyers right now is that the new first home for most home buyers coming right out of college or entering the professional field or people that are starting new families isn't going to be home ownership itself. It's actually going to be through rental and leases. So those of you guys that have home mortgages and you guys are thinking of selling, you may want to keep your home, put it on the market and lease it as a new solution to trying to sell your home at a time when interest rates are so high. Because right now there's going to be such a massive need for rental homes because of the expense of what's happening with interest rates. So 2024 is going to be a renter's nation. Right now, first-time home buyers are going to get their first home through the means of leasing to be able to give them that extra space that they're in need of, desiring of, and wanting for their families and that first home experience where they have their own space. And so with that said, what's going to end up happening in suburban areas is you're going to see a lot of people that are younger migrating to the city and living within downtown areas and getting amenities that they can't get in suburban areas. But those people that want families and that have growing families that want to be able to have a little bit more for their money, we're going to see urban areas also growing right now, because that's where families, first-time home buyers and rentals, people are going to be migrating to get that extra space that they can't get in urban areas within inner city areas. There are 12 inner city markets right now that are absolutely booming. One of them is New York City, one of them is Los Angeles, and one of them, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, is Nashville, Tennessee, is really growing right now. And so in spite of that, there is massive growth in inner urban areas throughout the entire nation, but those are the top 3 that are really growing right now. So understanding that home ownership is still at the palate of most people's liking, it's just how they get into them. So you fix and flippers, listen up. You home buyers, end users, listen up. You too will be competing against each other. As the fix and flippers start understanding that there's going to be a massive need for single family homes, where home buyers are going to start putting their money is in houses that are more modest, like the one I'm sitting in today. There's a business model within new construction that doesn't give people all the extra space and amenities like they would normally get in a 3,000 plus square foot home, but they can still get into a smaller home, something that is 2,000 square feet, 2,100 square feet, 2,300 square feet, 2,500 square feet, still gives them the space they need, but not the extra space they desire long term, and a little bit more of an affordable aspect. Older homes are going to become more desirable for people that are first getting into the market, and even for those people that are migrating into either bigger homes or smaller homes. Those families that are downsizing, empty nesters, or those people that are having an additional kid and increasing their need for space. Houses with more space are going to sell that are older, because people are going to buy more home than they need if it's available to them, even if it's an older home. Because what's happening right now is these people can get into an older home for a lot less money, and there are going to be a lot more people doing home renovations to be able to offset the expense of new construction. So new contractors, listen up. Since our business model is to buy land, build houses, I always tell people, don't build what people want, build what people need. Because what people need is what they're going to be buying in today's market when things are expensive. What people desire and want, they'll get that in the future when interest rates soften. But with no early sign of interest rates softening in 2024, 2024 is going to be designated for a year of purchasers that are looking for real estate in what they are in need of, not what they are wanting. And so older homes are going to become more desirable. There's going to be a lot more weekend warriors out at Home Depot and Lowe's and the home improvement stores putting their hard-earned money to work in a renovation of an older property if they can't afford a new one. Because the biggest problem with new properties isn't the fact that there's no viability in them, it's that there's not enough of them on the market, coming to the market for people to buy. The ones that are being built right now, most of them, there's an inventory waiting list. In spite of there being a short-term inventory, while interest rates went up, now that people have accepted that interest rates aren't going down anymore, they're back in the market, they're purchasing, there's still a need, there's still a desire, and there's still a lack of over 7 million homes needed just to fulfill the current deficit on the market that there is today. Some other cool components that are going to be coming to the market in 2024 is AI components. Look, AI is replacing a lot of nominal workers. Realtors are going to be a thing of the past. There's still going to be a need for them, but with artificial intelligence, right now, we're going to be able to spend more time with face-to-face interaction with home sellers as home buyers are entering the market wanting to find out who lived in that home, who's selling that home, in spite of going through a third-party real estate agent or broker to be able to sell that home for them. So for you home flippers and for you folks that are looking to sell your home, before you consider going out and onboarding a real estate agent or broker, consider artificial intelligence as a tool for you to sell your home or buy a home in 2024. Life's evolving, times are changing. As things get more progressive in technology, so are things in our day in, day out transactions in real estate. Ladies and gentlemen, 2024 is a rental year. Old homes and fix and flips are going to be desirable for people to make profits, but buying land and building houses is going to be more lucrative. also extremely needed, and where you position your time, your money, and your future will be depicted on how you invest in 2024. Click and subscribe and smash that thumbs up button for more content just like this. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to recommend a couple videos on how to buy land, build houses, so that you can start investing correctly in 2024. Until next time, we'll see you there.